Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano. This is another episode of the world famous, the University of Love, the best podcast in one, two, three galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves. And we are coming to you live today. Today is February the 15th, 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about something very important. We are going to talk about something that will help. It definitely won't hurt you. It will help you. We will talk about the 10,000 hours. Is that a fact or is that a myth? We all know this, ladies and gentlemen. Practice makes perfect. Okay? The more you practice, the better off you will be. The better off. The more you do something, the more you do it, the better you get. We all know this, but sometimes we don't practice this, okay? A lot of times we go, a lot of times, the reason why people do not try new things, the reason why people do not go after new stuff is because they're like, hey, I got to learn something all over again. I got to do it all over again. I got to start from the beginning. I got to be a rookie again, and they don't want to be a rookie, you know? It's like being my daughter. My daughter is 2.5 now, and she's learning more and more every day, learning new things every day, but she's still a rookie. You know, it's not like being a 7-year-old. It's not like being a 16-year-old. My child is 2. She's ahead of a newborn baby, but she's not far ahead of, let's say a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old and all this kind of stuff, you know. So a lot of people, they don't want to go back to the baby stage of things, you know. Let's just say you want to become a big time YouTube person, and you see all these people. You go, hell, I wish I had all these followers on YouTube. But in order for you to start getting followers, in order for you to gain traction on YouTube, you must start from the from the bottom. You are a baby on YouTube, okay? And and you do these videos. Nobody's listening. Nobody's watching. Nobody cares about your channel. And a lot of times, a lot of people quit. A lot of people, they get upset. They go, "Why are more people watching my YouTube channel?" You know, people don't listen to your podcast. They don't read the stuff you write. It's just, and you start feeling bad, and you're like, "This sucks, man. This sucks." Hey, listen, we've all been down that road, but in order for you to get better at anything, I mean anything, you gotta just keep doing it. It's just it don't matter how old you are. It don't matter how young you are. It don't matter. You gotta start. You know, you gotta start doing it. Um, let's say you want to start a podcast, and you want to talk about weight loss and all this kind of stuff, and then you go looking at other people's podcasts, you know, and you say, man, they got all these listeners, and they doing this and they doing that, and they making big time money, you know. And then you got one person listening, and it's probably your family member or something, and you've been doing it for a week, and you go, man, these numbers ain't big enough. Of course they're not big enough because you're just getting started, you know. If you don't have a name, you know, if you're not like, hey, I was on a show in Disney back in 2001. You know, you could people be like, "Oh, I know you from back there." You know, for the rest of us that's not famous or don't have any kind of things to be famous about or whatever. You know, you have to start from the bottom. You have to start from scratch. And the 10,000 hour method basically it was a book by Malcolm Gladwell. He talked about you know. 10,000 hours, practice, 10,000 hours of doing something, and then you start to master it, And it's the same as anything else. I don't know if it's 10,000 hours is the key, but you definitely want to start. You definitely want to put in a lot of hours. And there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to say, man, who's listening, who's watching, it's probably nobody. But you have to do it. You have to just do it. You just have to do it. If you want to be you know, I be writing sometimes, and I'm like, who's reading this? And it's like, probably nobody. But I'm gonna keep writing. I wrote like 50 articles once in a matter of like 60 days, I think. And I'm sure people read them, but I didn't really. At the time, I just needed to practice. I just wanted to practice. I just wanted to keep writing and keep writing. And I said, I'm just gonna keep writing and keep writing. Same thing with the podcast. I joked yesterday with you about having Joe Rogan numbers. Of course, I don't, but it's 3 years in. And I feel like we're just really warming up. We're just getting started. I'm learning more things, learning new things every day. Learning how to monetize, learning how to do this, learning how to do that. So the 3 years that I have, the 3 years that I have put in the work, will pay off. And it's the same for you. The work that you put in now will pay off later. It's like going to the gym. You go to the gym for 2 months, you start thinking, man, I ain't seeing no results. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And then finally one day you look at yourself and you go, you know what, man, I'm getting in pretty good shape. You start to lose. It's not about the pounds. You start to lose size. You start to lose. Your waist starts to go down. Your stomach gets a little smaller. You lose a few pounds. You lose some inches. Off you. And you start to feel good. You start to look good. And you're like, man, I'm starting to look good. I feel good, and the work is paying off. You won't see it. It's not. I know we live in an instant gratification society these days, but it's always not the instant gratification. I had a discussion with my barber the other day. He told me that he was moving into the mall. He said he's gonna have a little art studio. He's gonna have a barbershop in the mall. He's like, man, you know how much traffic this is gonna be for me? And I was like, man, that's pretty cool. And he was like, the patience. He said, I waited and I waited. I wanted to move to get better foot traffic, but you know how it goes. Sometimes you have to wait. He said, I waited, and it all worked out. And I said, that's right. Congratulations, And it's the same with you, the same with me. The more we do something, and listen, as I told you before in this show, I went first 3 months, I didn't say nothing to nobody. I just started recording. I just started doing it. And hey, is that the way that you should go? It's up to you. We all do things different. But I just knew, I said, if I start telling people I'm doing a podcast, then eventually I'm probably going to be like, man, this is stupid. I'm going to quit. And, there have been times that, I've been like, man, getting tired, getting sick of this. But, we hang in there. We do it. Come back, do it some more. You put in more time. You put in more hours. You put in more work. You get better. And the better you get, the better off you will be. So put in those 10,000 hours, I don't know if you need exactly 10,000 hours, but I just know you need to practice every day. You need to, whatever you want to do, you need to do it every single day. I don't care if it's reading a book. I don't care if it's writing, podcasting, YouTubing, business-wise, every day, whatever you want to do, you need to be working on that every single day. Anytime you get some free time, work on it. Anytime you have 5 minutes, work on it. Anytime you have 10 minutes, work on it. Anytime you have to do the thing that you want to do, that you really want to do, really is deep down in your body, do it. Don't wait. Don't wait till I need perfect time and I need 2 hours. If you got 10 minutes, do it in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We'll be back tomorrow with the all-new episode of Online Marketing Moves. Get out, do those 10,000 hours, get to work, everybody. But until tomorrow, my name is Tony Zano. Thank you for listening. God bless. And as always, everybody, peace.